a keyhole knife and probably just go about that far just so I can see what I can see. I don't have any idea if there's a 2x4 behind there. It sounds hollow, but you never know. But this way I can make a small incision all the way down without creating a bunch of mess here. I am going to end up having to take this out because I could see it stuffed. I could see that it's stuffed up underneath there, underneath a piece of wood. This one was fairly easy. I'm not surprised this came off pretty easy. This is really the wet side of this whole thing, so I'm going to have to look down here because it looks a little... I'm going to have to look down here because it looks a little black, which concerns me more. I'm going to have to look and see if there's a mold issue there. It would not surprise me if there was something building right there because the water would splash this way versus out because there's a curtain right there to hold it in. I'm going to take a break. I go to take care of some family stuff. When I come back, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't knock this out. I'm sure this has got to be hollow in here for me to be able to just pull it down.
Demolition.
Good thing we don't need that. Huh?
It's on right now.
Yeah. Alright guys, so the conclusion I've made, I was hoping to be able to keep the panel and try to resell it, but there's two things that are going to keep me from doing it. One, this is too wide to get through the 24-inch door that they have for the bathroom. Two, these are in the way, and I don't want to knock those off until I get into the wall. So my only solution is to take the Metabo and cut this thing out into 3/4 and then cut the pen and make a circle around it so I can see what's underneath in order to get the flooring, or get the draining part of that taken care of. So without further ado, I've got my protection for breathing, I've got my earplugs, and I will grab my glasses for eye protection to get this done, and so we can get it zipped out. Wish me luck. This is what's left over from yesterday on the tear out. I did not get it finished all, but we are tore out. So I'm uber duper happy about that. I'm not happy about having to pick up that mess. This really comes in handy to have a second person here, but it is what it is. Now, as you can see, that's still there. There's no real way for me to show you how I'm going to take that out. These guys are killing me. Maybe I'll show you on the rafter side. I don't think it'll show you very well here. No, I don't think it's going to show you worth a darn here. Maybe upside down. Anyway, I don't think that was a very good view, but it is what it is at this point. So the issue comes about, falling all over this stuff. The issue comes about is that right where that drain is happens to be the rafter that goes in there. There is no P-trap, so that's a problem for me anyway. I mean, it still functions, it still does what it does, it's code to whatever it is, but you know, normally there's a P-trap in there, and I get what they did. This is a spec house from the 1970s. So what I'm thinking is I've got to look and see if I can move the drain over, since I'm moving the curb over, be able to do it, so it makes my life a little easier. Obviously there's a big hole there, and putting a shower base in this is going to be a problem. So I'm going to end up having to cut most of this out, fill the hole that's there, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. So there's no real way for me to show you how I'm cutting that out, because there's just not enough room to be able to play that. So I'm not going to even worry about showing you that part. I'm just going to come back to part 2 of this, of us rebuilding this. I will give you a sneak peek really quick of a problem that I got to get figured out, which should be fun. So as you can see, they didn't really help me out here either. How do you like that? No board going down, it going across, has one cleat in it. Woo! Yeah, that's fun times. That's not even secure. Let me tighten that up just a little bit so we don't get any water. So, that's not even secure. I've got to figure out what to do. So, I am leaving to go have some fun. I've got that shower stall cut out. The only thing that was left was the drain. That'll be part of the rebuild. So, yeah, all in all, I'm pretty happy. I mean, the shower valve thing is a little bit of an issue, mostly based on what I want to actually put in there. It creates kind of a concept for me that I have to work around to make sure it works and everything. But really beyond that, I think everything went okay. I know cutting that out the way I did caused problems, mostly for me, because I'm itching to death right now. I think I'm in shower number 3 or something like that. And the fiberglass dust went everywhere in my house. So if there's one thing that I learned from this entire thing, is dust mitigation. So if you're in a process of doing something, figure out how to control that dust, the flow of it, where it goes, and kind of go from there, and then make your life a lot easier. So I do know a lot of you are going to be asking or thinking, well, why didn't you just use like a saw of some kind, like a reciprocating saw? Don't have one. So, you know, when you need to come up with something to do a job and you just use what you got, that's what you do. So it is what it is. I got it out. I learned my lesson. Never going to do that again with a Metabo and a cutting blade, unless I have a lot of airflow to get it out. So it's done. We're moving on to the next phase of this, which is the rebuild. Get that ceiling in, get the valve in, get the plumbing done, and move on from there, and we can get rolling. Hopefully this will pick up the pace a little bit for us to get this project accomplished. I keep saying we. It's me. I just have my son holding the camera half the time, so he's really not doing anything. Maybe he's absorbing stuff osmosisly, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, Beyond that, I just want to say thank you very much. I really appreciate the fact that you take your time to watch these. It definitely helps me out. And subscribe if you would. That tells me I'm going in the right direction, or at least you're being entertained in some form or fashion. I will try to also make sure that I start adding more information into the why I'm doing this and the details and stuff. I think that'll kind of help out a little bit for a lot of people to understand what I'm doing there, or what you could do in the future and stuff like that. So again, I appreciate it. Keep watching. I'll keep posting. Subscribe, like, share, comment, ask questions. Don't ask questions, just leave a comment just to be heard. I'll try to do my best to answer that, and always try to be active in that forum. So until next time, make sure you get your hands dirty.